right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Black Hat USA 2023. I am here with some amazing evangelists who need no introduction, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. First, we have security awareness advocate James McQuiggan. Next, we have our evangelist from South Africa, Anna Collard. Next, we have our evangelist from the EMEA region, Yella Wieringa. Okay, I'll take it. And then next, we have Eric Krohn, our security awareness advocate. And finally, our chief evangelist and strategy officer, Perry Carpenter. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good. First question. How is Black Hat going so far? James, I'm going to kick it to you.
You're going to kick it to me. It's going well so far. One presentation down, 2 more to go. Lots of activity happening over at our KnowBe4 booth. And having a good time so far.
Anna, what about you?
It's very overwhelming for me. It's my first time here, first time in Vegas. But I love it. Yeah, it's great. It's
gosh.
Really incredible. Yeah.
It's a different scenery from Florida, which I know you've been to with the mountains and the desert, and it's very hot, but not humid hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. All right, next question. What are some common things you've heard on the conference room floor? Yella, I'm going to kick it to you.
AI. That's AI. Everybody's talking AI this year. That's basically it. AI everywhere.
Can you expand on that? Is it ChatGPT? Is it everything?
It's how they can leverage AI to basically augment their product. That's mostly it. So it depends on the different vendors, but they're all leveraging AI today, and they're all trying to tell you how they are doing it.
Okay. Eric, I'll kick it to you. Are you seeing that similar theme, or are you hearing anything different?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about that. I mean, ChatGPT and LLMs are a hot topic, but a lot of people are talking about how can we get these things to help us augment. I mean, people are short on staff, right? So it's all about automation. It's all about making the job easier wherever they can and be successful with it.
Okay, Perry, and I'll kick that to you.
I'm thinking of my response. I'm going to have ChatGPT write it, and I'll get back to you. No, it's the same thing. Is everybody's talking about AI. We hit a tipping point in November of last year. Now everybody's trying to figure out how to be productive with this big new piece of sorcery that everybody is looking at. It's been evolving for several years, but people now are starting to understand what may be possible, and will be interesting to see what actually comes of it.
Yeah, I was hearing that similar sentiment too on the floor. So it's nice to know we're having a similar mindset there. So next question, and don't be biased. Which speaking presentation has been your favorite so far? I've even put in parentheses, it could be your own. Perry, I'll start with you.
So I have only, I did get here on Friday, so I went to 4 days of trainings. If I can count that so that I'm politically correct amongst my peers, I'm going to say the people that were doing the training, which was Snowfensive.
Okay. Eric, what about you?
If I had to pick others, it would be, no.
Thanks a lot, Perry. Thanks for the backup there. Now, I haven't seen much in the way of trainings here at Black Hat yet, or sessions. Okay. 1 or 2 booth ones that were okay, but I don't really count those necessarily. But we did do some B-Sides Las Vegas too, which had some really good sessions. One of them was actually about security awareness programs, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was great. I loved the message that they were sharing too.
Okay, very cool. And James, I'll end with you.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. Echoing what Eric was saying, we were at B-Sides Las Vegas yesterday with Black Hat kicking off today. Haven't really had a chance to get out onto the floor for the different sessions, but at B-Sides yesterday, I saw some great presentations, and one particularly on AI and prompt injection. So
there we go with AI. It seems to be a recurring trend here, right? Yep. Amazing. So I have a speed round for you, and it's called This or That. Which attack vector is going to be more costly to organizations? Anna, I'll start with you. Ransomware or phishing attacks? Which one is more costly?
Well, ransomware. Phishing attack is a part of the attack chain that the ransomware operators might use, but the ransomware impact is more costly. I think so.
Okay, so we'll say ransomware.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, James. Ransomware versus password attacks.
Oh, good one. Probably going to stay with ransomware just because of the millions of dollars that go out the door, extra resources. The password attacks usually are on maybe a handful of accounts. Okay. The password attacks might lead to a ransomware attack. So, yeah, I'm going to give the tipping side to ransomware.
Okay. What do you know, everyone? Ransomware is in the lead so far.
Because that's how the criminals get away from the police. Okay. They ransomware.
All right. And finally, Yella, I'm going to pass the last one to you. Ransomware attacks versus ChatGPT attacks?
Still ransomware, I'm afraid.
Okay.
ChatGPT is just a tool in that sense. You can use it to build your attack. You can use it to make it more complex. But the ransomware attack itself is what creates the downtime and the cost.
Okay, very interesting. So even with the AI talk, ransomware just still seems to be the #1 attack vector for organizations. Okay, good to know. I appreciate your guys' insight as always. So to really wrap up this live stream for day 2, it's no question that Kevin Mitnick has shaped the world of cybersecurity. I would love to open the floor for you guys to share any memories you've had of Kevin. Perry, I know you've had a close relationship with Kevin, so I'll start with you.
So, you know, I grew up seeing Kevin's name, like especially after he was arrested. I remember all the 2600 magazines with the Free Kevin on it. And then I got to see him speak a few times, and then finally met him, like really met him, because we had shaken hands and met at conferences, but finally really met him when I was working at Gartner and came to do a services day here. And I remember we had a couple like disagreements on things about the industry and all of that. And I remember sitting in the room and Stu, our CEO, saying, "Hey, you can hook up to the Wi-Fi. Here's the stuff." And I look at the end of the table and Kevin Mitnick is down looking at his laptop. And I was like, there's no freaking way I'm going to hook up to your Wi-Fi because Kevin Mitnick's at the very end of the table. I don't know what's going to go on here. And so that was kind of my introduction. But Kevin was super engaged, very interested in anything that would help the company, anything that would help the industry, anything that would help people understand the ramifications of just clicking on something or not making a smart security decision. And then since then, I've gotten to really, really respect and admire the person that he was.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Eric, I'll end with you.
All right, so like Perry, I mean, I remember seeing these things, you know, back in the day with all around the Kevin stuff, and you know, that was always an interesting thing, and he had that kind of glamour to him, right? But then working with KnowBe4 is when I finally got to meet him in the office a little bit and got to know him, and then hanging out like after RSA a couple times with him and his wife Kimberly, and realizing just what a nice, genuine guy he was, which is a side that a lot of people don't see about Kevin. They see his public persona, they see him at DEF CON with the crowd around him or whatever, but getting to know him was really awesome. He was such a nice guy. And as a matter of fact, I've had a couple of Achilles surgeries over the last few years, and he actually autographed my knee scooter, which was hilarious. I kind of like hopped over to him with this knee scooter in the office, and I'm like, "Hey, Kevin, you wanna autograph this?" And he was like, "Okay, let's do it." So, I mean, that was just kind of the kind of guy he was. He smiled about it, he laughed about it, he had a good time with it, and he was just a great guy to actually get to know.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you so much, guys, for all that you do for KnowBe4. So make sure you stop by KnowBe4 booth, booth number 1820. I'm Jenny Grieshorn, Senior Social Media Manager, and I'll see you around. Bye, guys.